All right, man. Detroit Lions get a big road victory in LA. In the game, the defense did everything in they power to try to lose the game. To be honest, they did everything in their power to lose the game. The Lions end up kicking the field goal. Riley Patterson kicked the field goal at the end of the game, and they end up being victorious over the LA Chargers, and pretty much on the offense clicking on all cylinders. I think the Chargers got one of the worst pass defenses in the National Football League. For those who don't know, now you know. Um, in the Lions looked terrible today, man. Defensively, the scheme was terrible. Cam Johnson was the worst player today on the field. Um, he had some holding calls. People called him bullshit, and it's holding that go on every play. And you can make a case that it was bullshit holding calls, but it wasn't like he was holding Keenan Allen. This dude was holding Quentin Johnson, a rookie who barely can get on the field, especially with all the injuries they had to their back end, to their receiving core. And he barely got in the game, but got in the game. And today, he got beat. Jerry Jacobs got beat. He held him. Um, you know, and then on that touchdown, he got beat again. And whatever the game plan was, they chose to play a lot of zone. All right, they chose to play a tremendous amount of zone. So, um, and that ended up being their preference today. And I feel like they probably should have did some more man coverage, and then they kind of started to do a little bit man on critical downs. And when Keenan Allen came back in the game, they started having Cam Johnson follow Keenan Allen around the field as well too. So he started following him into the slot or whatever, and they started making the adjustment. Um, and good. They finally started making that adjustment because they needed to make that adjustment. And you know, so but outside of that, I just felt that defensively, they just don't have enough athletes in the front seven. Um, they just don't. And they probably need to really consider like going with a more athletic package up front. Especially if you get James Houston back, you probably want to go James Houston, Aiden Hutchinson. But the problem tend to kind of be like you got to get Pascal back. He was slide on the inside. Julian the core got to be out. They got to get more athletic up front. It's just as simple as that. Um, they have to get more athletic up front when they play mobile quarterbacks, and that's Julian Okora. Um, that's Brian Branch obviously being in the nickel. That's Josh Pascal on the inside. Aiden Hutchinson probably going to the inside, and then you probably putting James Houston on the outside. So they got to get better athletically. Um, with their athletic packages, in my opinion, they got to get better up front athletically. And I think that's just putting your best athletes in there. If that's Jack Campbell inside linebacker and Derek Barnes or Rodrigo on the outside, then that's just pretty much what you're gonna have to do. But when they play mobile quarterback, some guys just don't need to play like Kaminsky, um, Alex Anazzoni. He don't need to be out there no much. You need to put out their speed. Ain't that they can't manufacture a pass rush. They get in the pass rush. They just can't close the gap. You know what I'm saying? They just failing to close the gap. They getting there, but they don't have those long, athletic, bendy pass rushers to be able to close that gap. And that's the issue that you're seeing. Them long, bendy, athletic guys, they need somebody else, who's highly athletic on that edge. And on the inside, it's hurting them too. Anazorki is the force on the inside that's going to push it to the outside, but he just can't get healthy. He just can't get healthy. You know, but they just, to be honest, they need a pass rushing. They need a package that they gonna play when they play mobile quarterbacks, and that's gonna be their base package. Gardner Johnson, yeah, he's going to help. He's going to help, and um he's going to help uh once he get back, James Houston gonna help once he get back. Yeah, because they athletes that can get active in the box and they'll be able to close that gap. But and I think, to be honest, I think if you get that safety help back, um, if you able to get that safety help back, then that mean I would just put honestly, I would literally just put Tracy Walker as a linebacker. Uh that would be my package. Houston, especially on known passing downs. Houston, when he get back, Hutch, Pascal, Julian Accord, Julian and Houston on the edge, Pascal and A. Hutchinson rushing from the inside. My linebackers would probably be Jack Campbell and Tracy Walker. And obviously Brian Branch would probably be my nickel back. That's exactly how I'm coming. You know what I'm saying? And some known rundowns, maybe I get jiggy with it, and I use them on rundowns. That's kind of what I would do. Now next year, then I look to do another pass rush, but that's what they're gonna have to do. They simply have to let somebody come up available for them. They simply have to get more athletic on the inside, in them packages. They have to. And that showed today. They just didn't have the athletic ability to deal with Herbert dancing and dicing around. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have the athletic ability. But that's the package that I'm going with. That's the package that I'm going with. Those are the guys that I'm going with. Bar none. But I thought they should have been in more man coverage. They played a tremendous amount of zone, and Herbert ate it up. I thought they should be in more man coverage. And or they should have mixed it up a little bit more. And that's why you put people in motion, so you can see what the coverage is. If they travel, usually it's man. If they ship somebody else over there, then guess what? Then it's zone coverage, and that's what they was doing. They was exploiting their zone coverage. That's exactly what was happening. They was exploiting their zone coverage, and they knew exactly what they was running. There needs to be diversity. Now, a couple times they did get in there, and they did mix it up, and they fooled Herbert a couple times. But coming off the bye, Aaron Glenn should be a lot better with his game plan. And I ain't really stuck it to Aaron Glenn pause, but he need to be a lot better in his game plan. And I think we all can agree. Man coverage should have been the coverage. They should have been sliding Cam Johnson in there to defend him. In my opinion. In the slot. And they did it a couple times. Now Cam Johnson had a horrible game today. It happened. It is what it is. He probably still in vacation bye week mode, And I think you kind of no Mike Williams and Keenan Allen went out, I think he got a little bit lax. And he slept on Quentin Johnson. So we all had bad games. I'd rather have your bad game in the win than you have it in the loss. But offensively, they was clicking. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it was the worst pass defense in the league. And they was clicking. The run defense wasn't so good. And the offensive line, you see what happened when they intact. You didn't hear Khalil Mack or Joey Bosa name all game. And that's what happened. This is what the Raider game and the Baltimore Ravens game was kind of indicating, that they didn't have a full offensive line in there. Now you got a healthy line. Now High ain't playing. 0 sacks. Neither quarterback got sacked. Goff didn't turn the ball over. Montgomery and Gibbs did their thing. I feel like they had Gibbs on somewhat of a pitch count, but Gibbs and Jared Goff got to get on the same accord today about, about their passes and all that stuff. How he on the same accord with St. Brown, and he on the same accord with some of the other pass catchers as well too. But yeah, when they go against athletic quarterbacks, they got to come with an athletic package up front, and that's what they need to do. Even if that's putting Will Harris at linebacker, Tracy Walker and Will Harris at linebacker, that's what you're gonna have to do. Then those quarterbacks not gonna be able to slip away and make those passes. You closing the gap. But a lot of that Keenan Allen eating them up was they made the adjustment by putting Keenan Allen in the slot, and they made another adjustment. They made another adjustment in, with the Lions playing zone coverage. You know what I'm saying? They made another adjustment to the Lions playing zone coverage. So that's when Aaron Glenn should have went to man. But offensively, they ran the ball well, and then in the second half, the Chargers took away the run, and then they got ate up by the pass. Simple as that. St. Brown did what he wanted to do. Cleve Raymond had a big catch. Brock Wright had a big touchdown. Laporta had a big catch to extend the fourth down. He had another big catch, I think, to extend the third down. They couldn't do nothing with him. If they stacked the box, the Lions ate them up down the field with chunk plays. If they left a light box, the Lions ate them up running the ball with power run plays. So they really couldn't do nothing. Only reason they got back in the game is because they just allowed the Lions stop running the ball. So when you get chunk passing plays, it's more clock to be eaten up, and the defense allowed them to stick around. So, Aaron Glenn, they got talent, but he gotta make the adjustment. He has to make the adjustment. You know what I'm saying? He has to make adjustments at halftime and from week to week. And right now, he not making those adjustments. He don't seem like he know what he doing. Maybe you need to get in the booth and get a better view. But yeah, they can't be in there playing. They can't be out there playing playing zone like that and they eating the zone up. They need to be out there playing. They need to been out there playing more man coverage, in my opinion. And I think everybody's seen that, or some type of multiple. They need to switch it up a little bit more. But hey, it was a good game, 41-38. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. Hit the link tree. Find me everywhere there. Other than that, you can check out my main channel, Goodfella TV. That links in the link tree. Check out my new channel, Free Game 89, FR33 Game 89. That links in the link tree as well too. Check out Detroit Lions post game reaction playlist, Detroit Lions talk playlist as well too. Peace.